Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here, ZSPN, and today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers as it concerns the NBA draft of 2023. That's right, guys. It is that time of year again when it comes down to the Lakers and their draft pick selections at number 17th and also number 47 as part of the NBA draft. The Lakers have picks this year, especially in the first round. And now, guys, that is that time of year again when it comes down to my thoughts and my opinions about my analysis on ZSPN about the Lakers draft pick selections of this year's draft. Now, before anything, like always, guys, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share my videos all over Facebook, Twitter, all like good social media stuff. And of course, like always, please make sure to like my page on Facebook, ZSPN, and also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and TikTok at ZSPN. Guys, I really do appreciate all your love and support you guys have shown me all across social media and of course on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. Please, guys, hit that notification bell. It's really important that you do so. I mean, after the finals is all done, there's going to be a lot of news, a lot of rumors, a lot of updates about the Lakers free agency and also the NBA draft. So please make sure to be in the know by subscribing, hitting that notification bell, and sharing all across social media, my videos all across social media. And I really appreciate all your love, support, guys. Let's continue to grow this channel. With your support, we can make that happen. So please subscribe to the channel, share my videos, and just let's continue to grow this channel to the greatest heights with your love support. So without further ado, let's get into the Lakers and the NBA draft of 2023. Obviously, as I mentioned, the Lakers have the 17th overall pick in this year's draft in the first round and the 47th pick in the second round. And, you know, the Lakers, they can go any way with this. I mean, I can honestly tell you guys, the Lakers with the 17th overall pick, they are not in a bad spot when it comes to that particular selection, because there's going to be, I mean, this draft class is so talented that any player the Lakers drafted the 17th overall, I won't be mad at, because they are going to get some really good talented players that are going to be ranked around the 12th seed all the way down. I mean, or you know, the pick, excuse me, the 12th pick all the way down when it comes to any athlete that will land with the Los Angeles Lakers with the 17th overall pick. But I have a couple of players in mind that the Lakers could potentially be selecting and they could fall to when it comes down to these particular athletes. And, you know, it just sort of depends on which player is best available for the Lakers to select. Now, on a side note, let me give you guys just a quick thought about the picks this year. Obviously, we already heard about the news that the Lakers will keep the draft picks this year, number 17th and the 47th overall pick. But things may change once we hit the NBA draft. So don't be surprised if the Lakers decide to trade the pick, either to trade down or to potentially trade it overall and get somebody in return that will be a big help for the Los Angeles Lakers. And, you know, that will be the bottom line for me. If the Lakers decide to trade these picks and, I don't know, go after somebody like Buddy Hield or Miles Turner or DeMar DeRozan, I mean, one of those particular athletes that will be a huge game changer for the Lakers, then that's fine with me. If the Lakers are going to trade somebody that's a mediocre backup role type player, a rotational player, then I'll be a bit PO'd about it. So with that being said, as I'm going to be talking right now, I'm talking just based off of the Lakers keeping the pick and drafting someone that'll be part for the Lakers' future. If any trades happen at the NBA draft, don't be surprised. That's all I have to say when it comes down to it. So without further ado, guys, let's just get into the Lakers and their draft pick prospects this year's draft with the 17th overall pick. I will get into the 47th pick later into this video, so stay tuned. I really appreciate it. So with the 17th overall pick, obviously the Lakers need to look for shooters. Okay, shooters is the #1 priority for the Lakers to pursue with this pick. And there's going to be a lot of players that are going to be drafted around those ranges of great athletes that can shoot, that can defend, that can honestly be a great fit for this Lakers team. I mean, there's going to be some solid shooters. There's going to be some solid, decent playmakers. I mean, the list goes on. Every one of these players I'm going to mention in this video have those traits, and they will be a huge help for the Lakers that can start on game day ready to go, when it comes down to it. So number one on my list, I'm going to go with Jordan Hawkins, shooting guard out of UConn. Guys, I have to say, he is on the top of all prospects lists when it comes to the Lakers selecting him in the 17th overall pick. There has been a couple of mock drafts that sees him getting drafted 16th, maybe 15th. But if any chance, if he falls to the Lakers have to grab him, okay? Ignore all the others. Draft the best player in this draft that's ranked between 12 and 20, and that is Jordan Hawkins out of UConn. Guys, let's just say it. This guy is NBA ready. I mean, he is ready to go when it comes down to game one of his NBA career, and can really contribute to the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes down to his great shooting ability. And he'll be a great fit with LeBron and Anthony Davis and the rest of the crew. If the Lakers do bring back all their players, that obviously was a huge game changer for the Lakers to turn their season around after the trade deadline. And kudos to Rob Pelinka for making that trade deadline move that not only helped the Lakers reach the playoffs, but become Western Conference contenders in that particular moment. So with that being said, I mean, Jordan Hawkins, he's number one on my list, and I believe I speak for all Laker fans when it comes to him getting selected, if he is still available for the Lakers to select. But if not, second player on my list that I can honestly say is the best thing, and I personally think if Jordan Hawkins is off the board, Cody Buffkin out of Michigan, shooting guard, is the best alternative for the Lakers. Now, he's not NBA ready, but he will develop, and he develops real quick. I mean, the guy just need to gain some experience under his belt in the NBA, and I think he will be a huge part of this Lakers team. He's a great defender, a solid shooter off the bench. A solid scorer, off the ball, and he's a decent shooter and a decent, when it comes down to his playmaking, and he can create his own shots. That's also an important thing to have when it comes to an athlete. Create your own shots. You will obviously, help the Lakers win at any given cost. And I think Cody Buffkin is a guy that the Lakers should potentially look at and select if somehow Jordan Hawkins is off the board for the Lakers to select. So, he's obviously ranked around 17th all the way down to 20th. So I see him potentially being drafted around those ranges. So, Cody Buffkin is a guy that I obviously see the Lakers potentially drafting. Not to mention, Rob Pelinka, he played in Michigan. So that relationship there plays a big role if somehow Cody Buffkin is drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. And I will get into Jet Howard in just a bit. He's also on my list as well, so just stay tuned for that. But the third player on my list that the Lakers should select, if possible, and that is Cason Wallace. Cason Wallace, guys, he is a guy that is projected to go much higher than, in the draft for the Lakers. Somewhere around the 13th, 15th, maybe 14th, somewhere around there. So, if some given chance, if he somehow falls to the Lakers, he's a guy that I think the Lakers should select. I mean, the guy is a combo guard, can play multiple positions at that particular area of guards. He's from, Kentucky when it comes down to it. So he's a decent shooter, playmaker. He's a great defender as well, and he's a solid rebounder when it comes down to his skill sets for a guard who can rebound as he is. So he's real skilled of just, protecting the rim, playing good defense, and when it comes down to it, he can be a big help for the Lakers in that particular area defensively. And I did mention in the beginning of my selections that the Lakers should look for shooters. But at the same time, if you can find a player that can shoot for you and also defend, Cason Wallace is that guy that can bring that to the table as well. And, Cody Buffkin is another guy as well. I'm not to say that Jordan, Hawkins is not a good defender. I'm not trying to say that at all. I mean, he won a championship, for UConn. But a guy that can contribute very well, NBA ready, that's Jordan Hawkins. But his best area of expertise is high IQ and scoring ability, and obviously can fit very well for this Lakers team. But if Cason Wallace is still available, he's a guy that the Lakers should potentially target. And it's just it just tells you right there that is this NBA class is going to be loaded with great talent, and the Lakers, where they're at, they have no reason to be worried about when it comes to the 17th overall pick. I mean, they have all ranges of selecting any player in this draft, and nobody will be disappointed by their selections. So just want to put that out there when it comes down to it. But yeah, Cason Wallace is a guy that is somebody that the Lakers should potentially select if he's still available. Number 4 on that list is Chris Murray. Chris Murray is a small forward from Iowa. And guys, when it comes down to his skill set, he's NBA ready. I mean, the guy has the ability of, potentially either being part of the rotation for the Los Angeles Lakers, and the guy who has averaged 20 points a game in Iowa, and, for a guy who shot around, I think 33 or 34% from the three, tells you right there that this guy can contribute to the Los Angeles Lakers real quick. Now, why do I have him at number 4 on my list? Well, most projections are predicting that he will fall further down into the draft, because most of the players that are much better than him, like Jordan Hawkins, Cody Buffkin, and Wallace is obviously a much better athlete than what he is. But for a guy that the Lakers should be looking for when it comes to experience and obviously NBA ready type players, Chris Murray is a guy that can obviously bring a lot to the table. He's a scorer, he's a decent shooter, and not to mention, especially when it comes to his decent shooting, is from the mid-range. And that could be a big help for the Lakers when it comes down to that skill set from the mid-range shooting ability out there for the Lakers as well, which obviously the Lakers lacked because, it's just obviously the Lakers were not known for being shooters in this NBA last season, excuse me. So with that being said, I mean, Chris Murray is a guy that's on my list for number 4 for the Lakers to select. He will be, let me just say this though. Let me add this. He is further down, but if somehow the Lakers want to trade down into the draft, somehow maybe with the Indiana Pacers or the Chicago Bulls, or maybe maybe the Hornets potentially, the Lakers could potentially select him down that line of those selections if the Lakers do decide to trade down to get some good value out of that 17th overall pick. So don't be surprised at that if the Lakers want to trade down or just trade it overall. As I said from the beginning of this video, that could be a possibility for the Lakers to do and select Chris Murray out of Iowa further down into the first round. So just don't be surprised at that. And then number 5 on my list, I already mentioned him, and that is Jett Howard, small forward out of Michigan. Similar situation of what I mentioned when it comes to Rob Pelinka's connection with Michigan. But also this is kind of like a cherry on top here when it comes to Jett Howard. He is the son of former NBA champion and NBA legend in Juwan Howard. He's the head coach for the Michigan Wolverines. So with that being said, the connection there with LeBron and obviously Rob Pelinka and him with Michigan tells you right there that I won't be surprised if the Lakers will select him in that area. Now, the reason I have him at number 5 is because, the best player available you have to select. I mean, Jordan Hawkins, Cody Buffkin, and, it's just one of those type of selections that you just have to make when it comes to that particular selection and the need that the Lakers need to look for. A small forward, that's like a second option for the Lakers to look at. But, when it comes down to best player available, Chris Murray and Jet Howard is in that conversations for best players available in that draft pick range for the Lakers to select. So, but what's good about Jet Howard is that he's a good shooter, decent playmaker, and can defend. Now, he did suffer an injury mid-season in Michigan, so obviously that played a big role of his decline in the draft. So that can also play a big role of how he developed just so shortly after getting injured. So, or before getting injured, excuse me. So with that being said, I mean, he has a lot of upside, a lot of abilities to develop. But at the same time, he just brings a lot to the table when it comes to the playmaking side and also the defensive side of the ball as well. A guy who can attack the rim as he pleases for a guy who is 6'8", can play multiple positions as well, not just small forward. He can play power forward as well, so that can be a big help for the Lakers. And he can be a huge part of the Lakers rotation if he just develops and, shows that he can play at the NBA level. So, Jet Howard is in that conversations for the Lakers to potentially select. There are some honorable mentions that can say that, if these players are still available, which I don't think so, because they have been ranked around 12, around 13, 14, somewhere around there as the selections in the NBA draft. But, obviously Bilal Coulibaly is a guy that is from France. Obviously, when it comes down to his stock, he could be projected to go 12th overall to the OKC Thunder. So this is the guy that can obviously bring a lot to the table when it comes to his skill set. And I believe, I might be mistaken, I think he played with the Wembyamba. So with that being said, I think the relationship there and his skill set could obviously entice a lot of NBA teams to select him in this year's draft. But like I mentioned, I saw a lot of projections and a lot of mock drafts, seeing him going higher in the draft. I did see a recent one, him going 18th overall. So seems like the Lakers will pass on him, but I don't know. I just see him as potentially could be selected by the Lakers, but I won't be surprised if he goes higher in the draft because his skill set brings a lot to the table for any teams to select because of his skill set. So Bilal, obviously could be out of the Lakers draft range, but I won't be surprised if he falls to them in that particular area. So, and then obviously another honorable mention, and that is Derek Lively. Derek Lively, I've been hearing a lot about when it comes to a lot of analysts, including Lakers Nation, just loving this guy. He is a center, obviously, which I don't think the Lakers should select a center in the first round. Maybe that could be much viable for the Lakers to select a center maybe in the second round, but I'll get into the second round in just a bit. But, Derek Lively is a guy that could be projected going 15th, but, I won't be surprised if he goes further down or maybe higher because he has that skill set to really help any team when it comes to protecting the rim and just grabbing those rebounds and just being a great defender for any team that needs to select him. And, just the combination of if somehow the Lakers do to select him, the combinations of him and Anthony Davis will just vibe because of how great they are on defense. So Derek Lively is a guy that is part of my list of my honorable mentions, but he did not make my top 5. which obviously I just think that the Lakers will be better hand of just drafting a guard, a shooter, than going after a center who can protect the rim and just dominate in that area. But, not to say he's good on offense. I'm not trying to say that. But, when it comes down to rebounding and defense, he's A+ there for the Lakers to look at in that particular area. But yeah, guys, those are my selections for the first round. When it comes down to the second round, the 47th overall pick, I don't really know any athlete in the second round that the Lakers should potentially select. Obviously, I trust the Lakers scouting department for them to select any player in the second round. We all witnessed great players that have been selected in the second round. Obviously, Jordan Clarkson, Max Christie. The list goes on of the great athletes that have been selected in the second round. When it comes to the Lakers scouting department of looking at the best players available. And I won't be disappointed, really, of who they select in the second round, because the number one priority for me is to go after a shooter, a wing player. And obviously I mentioned them in my top 3 of selections when it comes to Jordan Hawkins, Cody Buffkin, and Cason Wallace, excuse me. Sorry, guys, I had a blank there. But, when it comes down to it, anyway with it, the Lakers can select anybody, 47th overall pick. But I have a couple of names if the Lakers do decide to draft somebody. And obviously, to Quavion Smith out of North Carolina, I have to say when it comes to his selection for the Los Angeles Lakers, he brings a lot of similarities of what Jordan Clarkson is all about when it comes to his skill set for a guy who can play off ball and can, when it comes to his defensive side of the ball, can really bring a lot to the table for a guy who's also a combo guard, similar to what, Cason, Wallace is when it comes to a guy who can play multiple positions. So Smith is a guy that the Lakers should potentially look at a comparison to Jordan Clarkson. So we all know how Jordan Clarkson plays. If you want the Lakers to get, a similarity to a Jordan Clarkson, Smith is your guy to select. Another guy who is also on my list, and he's more of a small forward, because like I said, any positions the Lakers select with the 47th overall pick won't be a disappointment for me, because they already got the need in the first round if they do decide to draft somebody with the 17th overall pick or trade it. But, I already mentioned that. But with that being said, Jordan Miller out of Miami. He's a bit older, a guy who's in his junior, maybe senior year in this draft. He's older when it comes to this particular selection. But like I said before, guys, any player who has some experience under his belt in the college level can obviously contribute to an NBA team right away. Now, I still think he still needs to develop. So obviously he needs to play maybe a couple of games with the G League and, work his way, up to the Lakers roster. So, obviously Jordan Miller is a guy that can dominate of the rim and, can obviously defend as well. So with that being said, and also he's a solid shooter as well. So, Jordan Miller is a guy the Lakers should potentially look at. Jalen Wilson is a guy that maybe the Lakers should look at as well. A guy who has also averaged around 21 points a game, when it comes to, how he played. So with that being said, those are the top 3 names that I think the Lakers should look at with the 47th overall pick. But like I said, guys, I have no really much favorite in the second round that the Lakers should potentially select. But, Smith is a guy that the Lakers should potentially look at when it comes to that particular selection. But, it's all up to the Lakers to make that particular decision. And, I have no doubt that the Lakers, scouting department will, get the job done and select someone that will obviously be a big game changer when it comes to their selection. So yeah, guys, that's my NBA draft selections for the Los Angeles Lakers with the 47th overall pick and the 17th overall pick and the 47th overall pick. I really want to know your thoughts. Who do you think the Lakers should draft in the NBA draft of 2023? Do you guys like my list, or do you think I'm leaving off somebody off this list, or do you think I should have ranked someone else a little higher? Please comment down below. Please give me your thoughts about the Lakers and their draft selections. Do you guys think the Lakers will trade this pick? I mean, I really want to know your thoughts about that. Do you think the Lakers will trade down, or will they potentially trade it overall and, you know, get somebody in return that would be a huge help for the Lakers to turn their season to a positive? Like I mentioned before, like with Buddy Hield or maybe Miles Turner, or go a little bit higher and get DeMar DeRozan from the Chicago Bulls, and obviously find a third star the Lakers have been looking for to help out LeBron and Anthony Davis. I mean, the Lakers can go either way with this selection. They can keep it, they can trade it. Overall, the Lakers are in a good spot with the 17th overall pick because of the great talents that will be available in this year's draft. The Lakers can select, and you know, sky's the limit for the Lakers to select somebody that's not on my list. That'll be a big help. So, but like I said, shooting guard, I mean, you know, that's just a number one priority for that particular need that the Lakers are looking for. Small forward is like the second, but after that is, you know, anything goes for the Lakers when it comes to the 47th overall pick. So, yeah, guys, I mean, I really do appreciate all your love and support. Please follow me all across social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at ZSPN. Once again, thank you all so much for all the love and support you guys have shown me all across social media. And, of course, on this channel, ZSPN on YouTube. And, you know, guys, much appreciated. I mean, I really do appreciate you guys continuing to show me that love and support. And, you know, let's just continue to grow this channel. Please tell your friends, your colleagues, your buddies, I mean, your Lakers buddies. I mean, if you guys looking for a Lakers channel, this is a channel for you, ZSPN on YouTube. So thank you all so much for all the continued love and support. Follow me all across social media. I'll leave the link to those in the description: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok as well. And of course, just, you know, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell for more Lakers off-season content. And I'll see you all in the next one. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.